Hello, welcome to another wiki procedure, and today we are going to look on how you can obtain a marriage certificate in Kenya. Down below here we have given you a link which is going to direct you to our wiki procedure page, where we have given you detailed information on how you can go about the application process. And on your right hand side of your screen we have included the select language option, where you can change the language which from our website page to the language which will be easy for you to comprehend. And in case of Kenya, I've chosen Kiswahili, and what this has done, it has translated the procedure to Kiswahili, which is a little bit more easier for people to understand, for Kiswahili is the native language in Kenya. But for our purposes today, we are going to continue using English. Okay, and we have included more information and steps to step by step on how you can go about the application process, which offices you are supposed to visit, the required documents, and the applicable fees, the validity period, everything which you need to know about the application process has been included in our page at wikiprocedure.com. So let's get back to the presentation. And the list of items which we are going to cover in this session include the need of a marriage certificate, the eligibility, the required documents when making the applications, the steps to follow when making the applications, the fees applicable, the validity period, the processing time, office locations, and other relevant information. This procedure today is brought to you by wikiprocedure.com. So welcome. First, let's look for the need of a marriage certificate. The certificate gives you the eligibility to inherit your spouse's property, and also gives you the right to own properties without fear of being denied the right to share the matrimonial property when your spouse dies. The second reason or need is that the certificate enables your spouse to join your health benefits. The certificate also is needed when applying for foreign visa. For a foreign visa, if one of the spouse is working in a foreign country. The certificate is also needed when applying for a passport or such other documents. Maybe for the birth certificate of a child, you may ask to produce the marriage certificate. And sorry about that. The certificate is also needed when you want to file for joint taxes and receive tax breaks. If you want to file for joint taxes with your spouse and receive tax breaks. And the marriage certificate can also help you migrate with your family to any other country without many restrictions. So the eligibility is that parties should have attained the legal age of marriage to get a marriage certificate in Kenya, and the parties should have no impediment to marriage. Okay, so the required documents are the notice of marriage, the valid IDs, national identification cards, a valid passport are also required, passport photos, death certificate if you are dealing with a widowed or a widower, or a divorce decree if you are dealing with a divorcee, a proof of no impediment to marriage, a copy of the license of the minister of faith to officiate the marriage, and the serial number of the marriage book to be used in case you want to enter marriage through Christian marriage or Hindu marriage. Or a wedding invitation card may also be needed in case of a Christian or a Hindu marriage. Steps to follow to obtain a marriage certificate are as follows. First, we need to note that one needs to get married to obtain a marriage certificate in Kenya. So the first step is getting married, and there are three legal ways to get married in Kenya. One, we have the traditional customary marriage. We have two, a religious wedding, and three, we have a civil wedding. So the first step is to obtain a marriage certificate in Kenya. Okay, first of all, let's look at the religious wedding and the civil wedding, because they follow they have a similar way in which the procedure is initiated. So the first step is to obtain a marriage certificate. To obtain a marriage certificate in Kenya is to filing a notice of marriage with the registrar of marriage, and you have to wait for 21 days. A fee of 600 will be charged for the filing of the notice, and after the expiry of the 21-day notice period, the couple can proceed to get to the next step and get married. And the wedding can be they can have two types of wedding. They can have a wedding where the ceremony takes place in the registrar of marriage offices, and this is now the civil marriage by notice, this civil wedding. And in case now of the civil wedding where the marriage takes place at the registrar's office, you'll be required to pay Kenya shillings 3,300, after which you'll be given a marriage date and according to the official diary. When the date arrives during the ceremony, the couples will be asked to repeat the vows after the registrar, and thereafter they'll be asked to confirm the intention to get married. After the vows have been exchanged, 3 hard copies of the marriage certificate are given to the couple and their witnesses to sign. After the couples and their witnesses have signed, the registrar will also sign all the 3 copies as well, and will issue 2 of them to the couple, and 1 certificate will be retained by the Attorney General's office. Now that's the first way you can obtain the marriage certificate. The second way now if the marriage is going to take place in a licensed place of worship. Now this is in the case of Christian wedding or a Hindu wedding. You will be required to pay 800 shillings after the 21-day notice, and you'll be given a registrar certificate. The registrar certificate, you'll have to take it to the religious official who is going to preside over your marriage ceremony, and you have to note that the marriage should take place within 3 months after you've been issued with the registrar certificate. After the vows have been exchanged, 3 hard copies of the marriage certificate will be given to the couple to sign together with the witnesses, and the religious official will also sign and will give the married couple one copy of the certificate will be sent to the registrar of marriage's office, and 1 copy will be retained by the religious official. And in case you don't want to get married in a place of worship, but you still want to get married under the Christian and Hindu marriages, but you want the wedding to take place in a garden or a hotel, you'll have to pay a special 7,200 to be granted that special license to get married in a place other than a place of worship. So the third method is through the customary marriage, and you have to note that before you get this certificate, you have to at the time of the registration, the parties must not have entered into a civil or a Christian marriage, and you have to note that the registration of a customary marriage is only applicable to Kenyans who have contracted the African customary marriage rights. So the applicants must have already gone through the customary African marriage rights, and they have already exchanged the dowries and carried out their ceremonies. Now they have to approach the registrar of marriages. Both parties should be present to officiate or rather register their marriage with the register of marriages. They should carry their national ID or a colored passport, and they'll pay 3,900 shillings, and they'll be given a certificate of marriage thereafter. And you should note that this service is only available for occupants of Nairobi County, and it will be rolled out to other regions in due time. And if you want to do away with the 21-day period, you have to pay an additional fee of 6,700. So let's move on. We have already talked about the fees. The fees are as follows: 3,900 for civil marriage. For Christian marriage is 1,400, or if you want to get married in a special place, 7,200. And yes, we've already talked about that. The validity period is that the marriage certificate is valid until one spouse's death, or in case they have decided to get a divorce. The processing time of the marriage certificate is 21 days, and the marriage certificate is issued immediately after the marriage ceremony. But the office locations of the Register of Marriage are at Sharia House, Arambe Avenue, at the ground floor. And you can also visit them through their website www.statelaw.go.ke. Other information is that in case you have a document which is in another language, you must take it to the respective embassy and have that document translated to English. And a certified copy of the marriage certificate is charged. You have to pay 1,100 shillings to get a certified copy, and it takes 7 days to process. So thank you for watching wikiprocedures.com. I ask you to like the video below here, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button and share our video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I will also urge you to go through our wiki procedure website and can browse through. We have many procedures for all the 47 counties in Kenya, for different ways on how to apply for different services and how to obtain different certificates and services in Kenya. So once again, thank you for watching Wiki Procedure. You can browse through our videos to see, so you can see more videos and get more information on different procedures, not only for Kenya but all across the globe. So if you want any more information, you can also just go to the Wiki Procedure page and browse through how to obtain a marriage certificate. So once again, thank you. Like the video, hit the subscribe button, and tell a friend to tell a friend. I wish you all the best in your endeavors to get your marriage certificate. Thank you.